All right, buckle up, folks, because today we're diving deep into a whirlwind of thoughts, drama, and good all online behavior, and we're going to do it with a smile. Well, maybe more like a grin that slowly morphs into a facepalm.
Actually, don't bring that up. Sorry. Harry, I saw his stuff, and I thought he was a good guy, and I just, seeing everything come out, it's just crazy that somebody whose stuff you could follow could do something like that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, guys. I don't want to talk about it. We're not getting into that today. We went into Harry Sisson. Apparently he was 11 girls and he didn't tell the girls that he was their girls or something. Or he might have even lied to them about it. And for some reason, people feel like this has to be public information. I don't know. M/liberal. I mean, maybe. This is like the one thing I'll say. It's hard. These people are really young, okay? It's hard when people are young, people do things, and it's just kind of like par for the course. It's just weird because when you're thrown into the online world, everybody's basically the same age. Like, we don't engage with younger people like they're younger people, and we don't engage with older people like they're older people. Everybody's just like an online person. So Destiny and Dean Withers and Hassan Piker and all these people they're just like political people. And it's hard to remember that, like, okay, well, this person is really young and this person is a lot older and this person is, whatever experience is just, I mean, it's still disappointing. Obviously, it's stupid, I think. And he could do otherwise. Like, he could choose to do otherwise. But, I mean, keep in mind his community is also probably really young. And he's, these Zoomers. Is he a Zoomer or Alpha? These guys are, like, born from the Me Too era and everything. So he's a Zoomer. Isn't he, like... That Harry guy's, like, 23, I think. Shake my head. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. What are we going to do, guys? Government Administration live updates. President to sign an order aiming at dismantling the Education Department. The Justice Department had until noon ET to respond to a federal judge's questions about deportation flights last weekend that the Trump admin ordered under a rarely used 18th century wartime law. Trump and his allies have called for impeaching the judge over questioning of his deportation. Wait, so did they not provide anything? Or what did Dean Withers do that annoyed you? I feel like people have no concept. I might be a little bit biased here. Ha 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 ha. But not really. I give a lot of people on the internet a lot of grace, okay? So I've earned it too. People just have no concept of, like, gradients. You're either basically like or a woman's savior. Why the f is this not available? But I guess Harry was trading nudes or whatever with like 11 people. And I guess what happened was the girls found out and got mad, I guess, because they wanted to date him and that wasn't going to happen. And then he showed up with a girlfriend. And obviously once he showed up with a girlfriend, now they're all like, oh, okay. Which, by the way, is fair feelings for the women to have. If you got like played or whatever else, that's fair to feel that. But this obsession with like, I need to go public and say everything, my piece publicly as much as possible. I feel like that's really weird. And then to refer to these people as like victims and Harry is like predatory. I'm like, bro, predatory? What? My guess is almost all of these women probably messaged him first, number one. And then number two, like, was there like actual predatory behavior going on or was it just kind of like being a little bit of a foy? I don't even know if you'd call it a foy. Yeah, I don't know. Why is Reddit not working? Do you think there's a contradiction between his actions and being a feminist? Not really. I mean, like, people can make mistakes. Like, I'm sure I don't even want to say he's not proud because I don't actually know because it's not like we saw all the underlying DMs. But like, you could say like you could be a conservative who's pro-life and then have an abortion because you buckle under the pressure and you're like, I can't do it. And you could still be a conservative pro-life. You might be a bit hypocritical, but I mean, you can still have those positions. There's a reason why the appeal to hypocrisy is considered a fallacy. It's because it doesn't necessarily prove or disprove a particular thing. It's just like it's like a moral failing, if that makes sense. It's not like a intellectual contradiction or some logical incoherence. It's just you know. Why wouldn't a woman do that, though? They get instantaneous victim points and are validated by countless strangers, and they get a sense of revenge. Yeah, I know, it's cringe. At some point, either after I flipped to being a full-on red pill conservative, or the culture slowly changes. I just think it's very funny that I talk a lot about we've talked about like friend zone stuff, right? Friend zoning is when a girl is probably not interested in a guy romantically. The guy is interested in the girl romantically. He doesn't really make his intentions clear up front. And then he just tries to like friend the girl so far that eventually she'll date him. And everybody like roasts these guys. These guys are raked over the coals. Like you think you put enough quarters into the machine, she's going to feel like, bro, she's not going to magically date you. She thought you were friends. How gross that you just wanted to date her the whole time, you know? And I mean, I guess you can roast him. I think it's funny to roast him. That's fine. However, in this case, generally, the women have no agency because people will be like, well, how could the woman have known that she was friend zoning the guy? Like, he should have said something, right? So the woman is treated like a child who doesn't understand the dynamic at all, even though most of them do. But then when you flip the script, women get zoned. So, for instance, a woman wants to date a guy, and she's like, well, if I put enough quarters into the dick machine, eventually he's gonna date me. I call this getting stoned. For some reason, those women are also victims. And it's like, hold on, you're trying to manipulate this guy into dating you because you know he doesn't want to date you or he's not being upfront about it, but you know, and if you keep thinking eventually he'll date you, why don't we make fun of those women? We should. Those women should be made fun of and bullied. Same thing with the guys that get friend zoned. But for some reason, like in both circumstances, women are treated as like victims with no agency. And it's like, I don't know. I think it's weird. But can you just go mask off already and on all these idiots? Do you have to be nice because of politics/democratic alliances? Can't you be an independent, just go back to demolishing everybody? Well, demolishing who? What do you mean? I just said my piece. I think I've said most of this for a while.
So let's get into my thoughts. Not because I want to, but because the internet is a loud, drunk guy at a wedding. You don't want to engage, but next thing you know, you're locked into a conversation about how the groom's cousin stole his job at AutoZone. So here we are. First off, can we talk about how people online treat drama like it's the Super Bowl? Like, I woke up today just trying to eat some Raisin Bran, and next thing I know, my timeline looks like an episode of Dateline, TikTok edition. Like, who are these people? Why do I know so much about their lives? I don't even know my neighbor's last name, but I know who ghosted who in the political influencer sphere. That's insane. And man, the way folks flip-flop on people is crazy. One minute you're a beacon of moral virtue, next minute you're worse than a dude who takes his shoes off on a plane. And listen, I get it, people mess up. But we gotta stop acting like every bad decision is a season finale betrayal. Like people talk about this hairy guy like he was out here running a Ponzi scheme of emotions. Like what's next? Harry Sisson caught jaywalking, cancelled immediately. And listen, I'm all for accountability, but the internet acts like everyone's got to be Gandhi. But if Gandhi also had to livestream 8 hours a day and react to Hassan Piker clips? You ever try being a good person 24/7? Exhausting. I tried it for a day, and by noon, I was already cursing out an old lady who cut me in line at CVS. I mean, she had it coming, but still. But the thing that gets me is how the internet loves to play the victim Olympics. Like, we need weight classes for this stuff. Some folks are out here acting like getting left on read is the same as a war crime. Like, I get it, he led people on, he should be better. But also, are we just ignoring the fact that maybe, just maybe, you got played because you wanted to believe you were different? I mean, women out here acting like they got hit with a reverse Uno card. It's the same energy as dudes getting friend-zoned and being like, wait, you just wanted to be my friend. I was out here liking all your Instagram posts for nothing. Like, what did you think? That love is a punch card system. All right, I've commented you're stunning 15 times, where's my free sub? Nah, man, that's not how it works. And then you got these people saying, well, he was being predatory. Whoa. The word predatory is getting thrown around so much, I half expect Chris Hansen to pop out behind my couch every time I text someone. Like, what are we even talking about? The dude wasn't out here in a white van with free Wi-Fi. He was just doing what every 23-year-old does, being a dumbass with a smartphone. Honestly, I think the internet just loves watching people crash and burn. It's like NASCAR, but with human emotions. Ooh, he liked her DM but never texted back. Wreck on turn 3, let's roll the replay. I mean, these folks don't want justice, they want content. If they really cared, they wouldn't be making Twitter threads longer than the Bible. At some point, we just gotta accept that people are gonna be messy. Like, you ever been 23? You ever try making smart, moral decisions at 23? Buddy, I was out here eating Hot Pockets for breakfast and thinking Axe body spray was a personality trait. And now these kids gotta navigate dating, politics, and an audience of 1 million people who act like they've never sent a text they regretted. Come on now. And that's the thing, nobody really wants nuance. Nuance is boring. Nuance is like a salad at a barbecue, technically a good idea, but nobody's really interested. People want good guys and bad guys, heroes and villains. It's the WWE Twitter edition. And half the folks throwing stones have probably sent worse texts themselves, but just got lucky that nobody cared enough to screenshot them. So what's the lesson here? I don't know, man. Maybe stop worshiping people online like they're moral compasses. Maybe recognize that young people are dumb, that's just part of life. Or maybe, just maybe, we all log off and go touch some grass. But let's be real, we won't.